We are foreclosing people's homes. We are shutting off water. We know that all these issues exist.
We're at a community meeting in Islandview, a neighborhood of about 6,000 people you might not know the name of, but you've been there if you've gone to Belle Isle. It's home to the St. Bonaventure Monastery, Capuchin Soup Kitchen, and the Solanus Casey Center. And it's here that the renowned downtown boxing gym recently relocated, and more is coming, including an 8 to 10-story high-rise retail residential project along Jefferson Avenue, and what's being called the Beltline Greenway, that extends from the river through the neighborhood where an old railroad line used to run. At the Church of the Messiah, residents recently gathered to talk about the issues.
What are some of the things in your day-to-day work or in your day-to-day living that are most pressing for you right now in Detroit?
Housing, affordable and livable.
Islandview is one of the neighborhoods that Detroit Public Television, Community Development Advocates of Detroit, or CDAD as it's called, and the University of Michigan's Metro Area Community Study will be listening to as citizens as we dig deeper into the issues that people want to talk more about.
It's the gun violence. It's, am I going to be killed at school? Am I going to be killed in the streets?
In places like Parkland, the children are afraid of being killed in school. Our kids are afraid of being killed on the way to school or home from school. There's a whole different atmosphere, and they're not afraid of metal detectors in school or being patted down like they're in prison. They're desensitized to that. They want to make sure that they get an education too, but they're concerned about their neighborhoods and their communities in terms of gun violence.
Is a lot of children are missing. We have a lot of our black children that have gone missing, and it's not publicized.
And you don't get that beat.
No, you don't get the Amber Alert for our children because there's so much human trafficking. It's somebody taking our babies and never to be found, and it's not talked about, but you'll see their pictures in gas stations all the time. I know about 10 children from the east side that are missing, and nobody talks about it.
So we all sat in the basement of the Church of the Messiah for about 2 hours and started a conversation that covered a lot. And one person asked me what story I was reporting on that night. And I told him that we were there to just listen instead of come in and report what we think people needed to know.
I truly believe that every resident that's sitting at this table either has a family member or a close acquaintance who has been incarcerated. That's right. However, the irony and the contradiction in it is you have a large pool of men who want to be productive in society. A lot of men who have come home and become husbands, business owners, have gotten degrees, been in a position to employ, yet they're still being marginalized and discriminated against.
Detroit didn't get in the situation it was in overnight. It took years of that. Yeah. And when you stop and make disinvestments in neighborhoods and communities, you're going to get in trouble. You have to counteract that and put some different ingredients into it. So if people are serious, then we need to change the ingredients. I mean, these things are cliche, but all children should have the exact same rights. There should be investment in communities and neighborhoods. Once you do these things, it changes the mindset.
We'll be having more conversations about Detroit and do a whole lot more listening, and we'll be sharing what we find.
We have everything it is that we need in this community. We can show the rest of Detroit how to do it because we did change our neighborhood. We are educating our kids. We are taking care of our seniors. We are looking out for returning citizens. And let me just say, for anybody who don't live in Islandview, I feel sorry for you. Because the thing is, Islandview is the place to live because we're going to have a much more equitable community. That needs to be our concentration more than anything else. You can show people better than you can tell them.
That's right. Yeah, that was fast.